Hey guys, I'm back today with another video, and today's gonna be like kind of an update or like getting ready for the season, because as of now it is April 17th and the season opened the 15th. So I haven't fished the first day, so hopefully this weekend I'll be out there with another video, black salmon fishing. So I'm gonna get my rod ready, and that's what I'm gonna show you guys. And I got two rods, one for black salmon, which is right now for spring fishing, and then for summer I have my 4-piece. So I'm gonna do my spring fishing rod first, get it all ready for the season, and then after I'm gonna do my 4-piece. So this rod I'm holding is a 8.5 foot 7-weight rod, and it's a South Bend Black Beauty. It's a 2-piece rod, and this is the rod I use for black salmon fishing. It was my first fly rod, and the reel I have is an Olympic 460. So right now it has floating line on it, which is that's not what you use for spring fishing. So I have the sinking line right underneath that. So I'm just going to take the floating line off and then gear up the sinking line, put some more leader on it, and that should be good. And I'll put some wax on the end here so the rod doesn't get stuck together. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take up this leader, pull it until I get the floating line, and then I'll just take this and I'll cut the leader right off. So there, I'll take it through the eyelets there, throw the leader out, and then I'm going to take this, I'm going to wind it on this thing here. It's when you buy floating line, comes on this, and I'll just wind it back on that, so when I need it, I'll just have it. So just like that, I got all the floating line off of the reel, and now this green line, that's sinking line. So I just got this knot here. I'm going to take that off. Probably just cut it. There, it's off, and I'm going to go and wind it up on this. So there, it's back on the roll, and I'm just going to put it in the case. And go put that away. So now I'm just going to clean this up. Chop that off, and I'm just gonna cut this off too. So now I have this, there's no loop on it, so I'm gonna make a loop. So what you do is take it like this, pull back, and you should have a vise for doing this, which I have right here, and you put it in. Just like that. So here, I'll get you guys a closer look here. So here I got my loop that I'm about to tie. So I start down here, and just gonna make it so this doesn't slip off. So I can let go of this little string, cut it, turn this facing me, so I get a few good tight ties right now. And then I should be able to take this out, pull this out a little bit, and I'm going to zoom out now. So then I take this and I spin it. Just like that. And you want to get, so it's black like that there, and I want to get that all the way up to here. You want to get it nice and tight so it doesn't slip off. So there, as you can see, it's nice and tight. I got very nice loop there. So I'm going to put it in my vise, and I'll do a few knots so it won't fall off, all that work I did. So there, now I got my knots in, I can go ahead and cut the thread off. And now I will get my clear cement here. It's head cement for tying flies. I'll take it out and I'll put it all on this. In there, I'll let that dry. So I'm going to sit that here and let it dry for a little bit while I put my stuff away. Now, this step is really important. If you have a candle or some wax, you just take it and that piece that it slides into, you want to wax it like this, rub it on it. My cousin, he didn't have this when he didn't do this once, and we went on a fishing trip in the springtime, and he didn't maintain his rod before he went out like this. So you want to do this every year. And so what happened to him, we were out fishing, and then when we were done at night, he went to go take his rod apart, and his rod wouldn't come apart. It was stuck together. And so that rod never came apart, still together. So you want to make sure you do this every single year before you go salmon fishing, because if not, you might risk losing your rod. So there, that's all full of wax. And if you don't wax it, sometimes when you're casting, it will come apart. So sometimes when I used to not wax my spinning rods, they used to fall apart when I was fishing bass. Sometimes the ends would come off. So now I put wax on them and they never come apart. So I have my leader, and I like to use Chameleon, Maximum Chameleon 10-pound weight for spring fishing, and then because spring fishing there's a lot of wear and tear, it doesn't really matter, but for summer I use lightweight stuff. So I'm just gonna take this out. It's all dry now. So tying a knot, you take it, you put it in this side, bring it out, put it back in this side, and then you connect it. You bring it like this, so you should have that loop, your leader, bring it this way, and you wrap it 7 times for salmon, and I usually do like 4 or 6 for trout. If you catch a big salmon, I usually take my leader off and then redo it, because I've had in the past I caught a salmon, didn't redo it, and then next salmon I caught, it'd break off. So there, I got all the loops I wrapped around, and so you have that loop, you put it through the loop like this, you grab it and you pull it holding that tail, and then you pull on that tail a little bit. So there, now I give it a good tug. It doesn't break off, so then I'll take my scissors back out and I'll cut the tail off, but leave a little bit, just like that, and then try it again. It's all good. And so what I usually do is I take 2 rod lengths usually. So as I was saying, I'll take 2 rod lengths, and so here and I'll cut it off. Just like that. And then I'm gonna take this, now that I have it all good, I'll reel it up. And then I'll get my fly that I'm gonna use, which will be probably a smelt imitation one, because spring fishing. And so yeah, I'll go get a fly and I'll tie this on. So I just tied this fly here. Here he is. And that is what I'm going to use next weekend. So if you want to see how I made this fly, comment down below and tell me if you want me to make it or not. And so I'm just going to tie it on like I did tying the leader on to the sinking line. So I'm just gonna cut that tail off again. And so there, I have my fly on my rod, and I'll be all ready to, I'm just gonna put it through all the eyelets and then put it in my case, and then I'll be ready for the weekend. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. If you want to see me making this fly, leave a like and comment telling me that you want to see me making this fly and how to make it. And I'm going to be out probably Saturday and Sunday next weekend. Today's Monday. And I'm going to use this fly, the rod I just geared up. And so if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the water.